Hello, and welcome to Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sallie, joined by my co-host, Katie. We're identical twin sisters. We invite you to join us as we investigate our similarities and differences in all things life has to offer. Hey everyone, it's Sallie. Today you'll hear Katie and I debate whether men and women can be just friends. You'll also hear us refer to an episode about motherhood. The motherhood episode will be joining us shortly. For now, sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoy today's Twin Study. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Twin Study After Dark. I'm your host, Sallie, and I'm your other host, Katie. Oh my god, you know what?
What?
The fact that you said my spirit animal was... Shout out to Mother Willow. My spirit animal was a stallion.
Oh, yeah. So, by the way, a stallion is not a black horse.
So,
my lovely friend told me it's a horse that has not been fixed.
Okay,
and I'm so grateful for the feedback. Thank you.
So, my spirit guide is not a horse that didn't get fixed. It is a black horse, or my spirit animal.
Yeah, that's so funny.
What other funny feedback have you gotten?
Have gotten any more funny feedback? But that same friend did tell me that I am sharp, so thank you very much.
Oh, somebody commented. One of my friends texted me and said, "I'm sorry you always felt like this stupid friend. I promise you are the most brave." I thought that was cute.
Something I wanted to say too is I think that we just surround ourselves with really smart people.
I agree.
I think all of our friends are ridiculously smart.
Oh my gosh, they all are so smart. And I think that's another thing. It's like, why did we choose them? I guess they just
made us feel stupid.
I know. It's because of you guys.
No.
I remember sharing my ACT score with everyone, and I thought it was really good, and it was terrible.
Oh, really?
Katie, our ACT score, we got the same one. Of course,
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god, that was wild. I just got the bare minimum I needed to get to go to art school.
Okay. Oh, art school has a low one then.
They didn't care.
So, the college that I went to, there's a funny story of how I even got in, but it was not because of my ACT score.
Yeah.
But ours was...
That's a whole other
That's
funny
a whole
story.
funny story.
Yeah.
So, but me and Katie got a relatively low ACT score.
I think it was mid-ranged. If you think about, like...
All of our friends got really high ones.
They got really high ones.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like, I'm going to Madison for college. And I was like, I'm not going to Madison for college.
Our parents, first of all, they looked at schools for you. They never looked at schools really for me.
Well, they were like, really... We did the whole art school tour of the United States together.
Yeah. So they were just like, Sallie will go wherever she'll go.
You wanted to play soccer.
Yeah, so that's what happened there.
Yeah.
But anyway... Twin Study, our ACT score was exactly the same.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I think hilarious. Our IQ has to be similar.
Did you take it twice, too?
Did you take it twice?
No.
I think I took it twice.
Yeah, I think you did, too.
I always try to get better. Okay, so we have a running joke in our family that Sallie can never do it right the first time.
You do it, you mess up everything the first time. So, like, every time she has to do anything for an assignment, she'd mess it up, and then she'd have to correct it.
I need my current boss to know this about me because... I feel like it's just part of me. Like, I always do something, and it's never good enough. But I think it's because, like you, I get really antsy, and I just want to power through it.
Yeah.
And then I'm not completely happy with it, and then I have to, like, redo it.
I would say that's a really good practice. I almost advise people to mess something up the first time. Like, go all in the first time, but, like, make a mistake and then have to correct it or redo it, because I think it's really important not to get connected to anything.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. It just happened. It started from a very young age of sewing a pillow in face class. Do you remember? I had to sew a pillow.
What does face stand for?
Oh, shoot. What does
it? It's like the home...
It's like home ec. It's like... face. If anyone could tell us that.
Yeah.
What is it? It started with face class. I was in... What grade was in? 6th or 7th grade? 8th grade? I don't know.
I don't know what year that was.
But we had to sew a pillow. And I sewed the pillow wrong the first time for some reason.
And they gave us, like, templates.
Yeah, okay.
I think the people that did good pillows, though,
okay, so their mom probably had a sewing machine at home.
I'm just amazed by it because our parents never helped us do, like, homework, except my mom practiced Spanish.
No, that is a lie.
Okay,
One time in college, Dad wrote, like, my whole social studies essay.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
Okay,
so there was a political
I wasn't
essay.
getting help during college.
No. I didn't ask for this. I was in, like, a political science class. By the way, this is not my forte. I'm not, like, into political science. Maybe more so now than in college. But Dad asked what it was about, and I was like, oh, it's about the different, like, political systems, like communism, democracy.
This is the same
socialism,
dad
fascism
that used to lock us in a car for a 9-hour car ride and then talk about politics.
Okay, he also, I mean, there's just so much to it. I mean, he sends texts all the time.
But I'm just saying, when it comes to those crafty projects, when people would come to school and they'd have, like, really nice crafty projects, like, clearly you're getting helped by your
parents. I didn't know that back then. So anyway, I did this pillow. It looked like absolute shit. And then the, like, night before, I just stayed up until way late. I don't know. It felt like really late. Bawling my eyes out because mine just looked horrible. Like, it really looked like I hand sewed it.
She did this all the time, by the way.
No, this is just the first example. And my mom was like, honey, you can redo it if you want. She went to the craft store and bought all these new materials so that I could make a brand new pillow.
My mom is too good to us.
She is too good to us. So she went to the craft store to get all these materials so I could sew a brand new pillow. First of all, where's this pillow now? Because I need to see it.
I'm sure it's just tossed.
Second of all, I really, really don't think we had a sewing machine, so I think I went from the one that we finished in class, because some people finished in class. I did not finish in class.
I couldn't finish in class because I couldn't... Okay, embarrassing, but you know how you have to put your foot on the pedal to make it go? I forgot.
That's why I got messed up, because I kept... Dude, the lines would be like ding, 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 and then they go like ding, 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 like all the way.
I would forget that my foot was on the pedal. And it would just get bunched up because I wouldn't remember to bring my foot off. And I'm like,
we aren't coordinated enough.
we are for a sewing machine. My homemaker abilities are complete zero.
No, it's like athletic buildings to like use more than one body part at once, because like we never had like hand coordination very well.
No.
So like if they were like use your feet and your hands, we're like no, those don't
they don't work at the same time. That's why we had to play soccer.
Yeah. So because we could only like maybe run sometimes and maybe do our feet sometimes.
Maybe kick something.
Oh my gosh, Susie's in basketball right now, and it's honestly bringing back memories, and I'm just like this is hurting me.
Whenever I see somebody playing the drums, I'm like, how? Like, there's so many things moving, and they're doing their feet.
Or like...
Their hands are doing two separate things.
Or hitting a golf ball.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't take me golfing. It is terrible. One time, a boyfriend took me golfing with his family. It was horrible.
Because you can't, like... You just don't know how to...
I can't, like, hit the ball. Adam will take me sometimes, and it's, like, really fun for the first 9 holes. And by the end of it, he is, like, saying, honey, I think you just need to do this. And I'm like, don't you dare. I'm like, don't talk to me. And, like, I always am, like, by, like, hole 13, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to sit in the cart. I'm just going to sit in the cart. You can go.
What I always wonder is, like, they're like, just look at the ball. And I'm like, but I'm looking at the ball. Like, I don't know how.
Like, I don't know how to make this club hit the ball.
Yeah, like, it's not those baskets.
And the worst is
every time.
The worst is, like, hitting the grass, like, before the ball, on the side of the ball. Like, on the, like, and I'm just like, why, like, honestly,
when people do like work events at Topgolf, I'm like, this is so embarrassing.
Weirdly, I am good at Topgolf.
I think it's so embarrassing because you're just gonna watch my ball like roll into the pit and like fall down. Like it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, but at least you're trying.
The effort is valuable.
Yeah.
Although I don't want to try. I want to like do a different event for a work party.
Yeah. I don't know.
But not an escape room because I'm not good at that.
Yeah, you're not good at that. You're actually not
Am I good at anything?
You're not really good at, like, hobbies. Name a hobby you're good at. Painting.
Well, that, to me, is...
You don't always do that anymore,
though. Craft. Yeah, I'm good at painting when I'm sad. If I'm not sad, then I'm not going to be painting or making. It's very much an emotional outlet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're really good at watching Love is Blind.
I'm good at watching things.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's so depressing.
Oh. With that, do you think that boys and girls can be just friends?
No.
Okay. Because that reminded me of Love is Blind.
Oh, but I feel... I feel really bad saying that because I do have guys that are my friends. But I do think if the opportunity... I don't know. This is... Are we going to disagree on this one? Is this a debatable topic?
It is a debatable topic.
This might be a good debatable topic.
Yeah, I think that this is a debatable topic.
If I'm dating somebody, I do not hang out with boys that are just friends.
Yeah, because it just reminded me of Love is Blind, because one of the girls on there, the guy was hanging out
with his girlfriends.
And one he has had sex with.
Yeah.
So, I do think that boys and girls can be friends. I do. I think that to an extent, I would say. Like, to an extent. But if you have a past with them, I don't know. If I'm dating you, I don't want you around them. I like, not to be mean, but I mean, I don't know.
I have friends.
It's weird. If you've had sex with them, that's weird.
Yeah, I have friends that are guys at work, but it's like coworker friendship. We don't hang out outside of work.
And I think that is where, like, I want to say, like, almost like acquaintance, but like,
no, it's a friendship. I just think there's a mutual respect. Is like, we don't take this outside of work. We're friends, but like, why? I don't know.
I know it's very.
This is a blurred line, because like
But if you're dating a guy who has like a bunch of girlfriends and he is going out with them, how are you feeling?
Are they all single? Because that would annoy me. Because if they're girlfriends that are married, then like I'm not really worried.
Yeah.
Not that I think that helps a little bit, but like he's probably friends with their husbands.
Yeah.
You know? And then I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But if somebody's single, I think it's harder to defend. And I also think that because I had some terrible experiences in college where I thought I could be friends with guys, I went to college and immediately made friends with a ton of guys. And I'd hang out with them, but every single one of them ended up wanting to date me.
Okay, so I will say...
And that was really sad for me.
Okay, in my oh God, because they're in love with you.
No, but I lost friendships because I thought we could just be friends. And
they lost the love of their life.
But then I was like, was that friendship fake? Were they always just trying to date me?
Maybe in their perspective, you led them on.
And that isn't something I was trying to do.
So the thing is...
That's why I immediately say no to it, though, because of my history, is I've rarely ever had a guy friend that just wanted to be friends.
Okay, I think a lot of girls probably relate to this.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of girls have guys that are friends, but a lot of the times, when an opportunity arises, those guys kind of show up and they're like, oh, can we be more?
Like the moment you get broken up with, they're like, let's hang out.
Or even the moment that they're kind of like alone with you, honestly.
Yeah.
And I've dated a lot of people while I've had guy friends, and it just hasn't worked out. I will say I'm a pretty jealous person when I'm with somebody. Mm-hmm. And it takes a very evolved Sally to be like, I'm okay if they're hanging out, like, or very trusting. Like, I mean, literally the best husband in the whole wide world. He never ever gives me a reason to question. I don't have a problem with him hanging out with girls. I truly, honest to God, do not.
Yeah.
But it's because I know where his head and heart are at.
Yeah.
And I think everybody else does too. I've had relationships in the past where I don't know if I fully know where their head and heart's at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I guess it sounds bad, but I guess internally I probably didn't really trust them. Mm-hmm. And I didn't trust their friends either.
Yeah.
And so I think it depends. I do think it's a debatable topic. I think some people are like hard no, and I understand it. And I think for me to get to the point where I'm like, I can think that can happen. I think it can happen a lot when they're like childhood friends or college friends. Or
it's kind of different, when you're childhood friends, because obviously we have some guys that are childhood friends that are... There's no threat there to our partners.
Exactly, because they're almost like family.
They're like family at that point. Exactly. Like, they're not going to try anything. But I think if you're dating somebody and they're dating somebody and they're close to their partner, if everybody knows each other, I feel like they can all hang out.
Yeah.
You know, like, everybody can be friends. If it's like... she's single and you're hanging out with her or choosing to hang out with her,
that's weird.
That to me is like, why wouldn't you want to hang out with me then?
Or I've heard like not horror stories, but I've heard stories of girls like our friends and like their husband or their boyfriend is reaching out to another girl to like give them comfort.
To ask for advice.
That's a hard no.
That to me,
I'm like, then you need to be dating that girl because that is who you're going to for advice.
That's who you're gonna marry.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like that's your soulmate, babe.
Yeah,
that's just not. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, you should be with that girl.
Yeah, no, and I will say because
you really should be with the person that you're asking
that you're finding comfort from.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're not attracted to her. That's your wife. That's your wife. You love her.
Yeah.
And she loves you. And I will say, I've been in relationships, even my relationship right before Adam, I would go to Adam for a lot of comfort.
Yeah.
That is a sign. That is a sign. If you're not going to your significant other, if you are going to somebody else to get
That's the opposite sex.
the love and comfort and nourishment, baby, you just made up your mind. And honestly, that's not a friendship anymore. That is more than a friendship. Like, or I guess...
I don't know. I think
it is, because you should be going to your partner about those things.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're going to somebody else about those things, then it's like, I think you need to reevaluate.
I don't feel like I can really land on a yes or no with this topic.
No, I can't either. I can think of a lot of really bad examples and a lot of really good examples, but...
in my life,
It's situational.
I've never had a guy friend that just wanted to be friends. And I think...
So, okay,
in my
so
mind,
personal.
though-
Let's just say personally, because we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Personally for you, can you be friends with guys? Do you think friendship is available,
Yeah. I think I can be friends with guys.
okay.
It's not my ability that I question. It's the man's ability.
So if you're dating someone, would you be friends with, would you have guys over as, a friendship?
Hell no.
You would
would
draw
have
a
them
boundary.
over.
No, I'm saying, you're saying, yeah, I could do it, but, you're doing it with a boundary.
I'm saying, I could be friends with guys where we're out and about with a group, or I have tons of guy friends at work that I never hang out with outside of work, but they're absolutely my friends.
Yeah.
And...
You know, the shame of it is because I think I'd say right now, no, I can't really be, close friends with guys. Honestly, I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't think Adam would care, honestly, but I just think that's a little weird. But I will say it's a shame, because I do think men have a lot of value to add to conversation.
Yeah.
I love what they add. I love what anybody has to add. If they add a lot of humor, they add a lot of insight, they add a lot of, I love... So I guess I can have guy friends, but I don't know. It is a blurry line sometimes.
I think it's hard if you're dating or married and your partner just can't understand your friendship, or you can't understand their friendship with somebody, then it's almost like, if anybody is questioning it, just do yourself a favor and focus on your relationship.
Exactly. And if you're the one questioning it too, and your partner's not really understanding you, I would say listen to your gut. Because, I think that when it's crossed the line.
Yeah.
And I think probably with some reflection, if you're just being paranoid and it's nothing.
The weirdest thing is...
Don't be gaslit, though, when guys say, why are you being crazy? It's nothing. And then they're dating them 3 months later. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God. So that happened to me. That happened to me with somebody I dated, and he would say, oh, this girl is so weird. He would kind of make fun of her, to be honest.
But he was talking about her all the time.
But all the time. And then he broke up with me, and I'm not kidding, a week later, I saw them making out. And I was like, what?
Okay, so I have an even worse story.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if it's worse.
I mean, it probably is. I mean, I can handle it.
No, I don't think they ended up dating.
Okay.
I was dating somebody, and I went into our bathroom to use the bathroom. And he had a photo of this girl up, of her in a bathing suit.
On his phone?
On his iPad.
Ew.
So I don't know what he was doing.
Yes, you do. You know what he was doing.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I asked him about it. I said,
oh, this is worse than that. I'm like, come on.
I was like, why is so-and-so on your iPad? He didn't even lock the screen. I just walked in. It was the picture. I'm not telling you.
You'll have to tell me who it is after.
And he goes, oh, it's because, she used to be overweight and she's lost a lot of weight. So I was just looking at the picture.
What a weird excuse.
But, I mean, that's what he said. And honestly, I was so stupid at the time, I believed it.
You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot. I was so stupid, I believed it.
Oh, my God.
And guess what? I scrolled through all of her pictures. She was never fat.
Her boobs just got bigger.
And I thought about this, honestly, it took me months after we broke up to be like,
what?
That was really weird. And then I was like, all of a sudden, laying in bed one night.
You're such an idiot.
I was like, aha! I know exactly what was happening.
Of course.
No, but I literally lived with that and I accepted it. I was
what's so crazy crazy? I hate saying this, but I feel like I have to say it because of the story. Is I dated somebody and I was.
We said we were going to take on exes.
I know.
We said we weren't going to talk about exes, but it's more fun than the mom stuff.
I know. We'll get into the mom stuff in a little bit.
Yeah.
That will be our next episode. Next up, we'll save the mom stuff for the night.
Okay, tell your story.
I dated somebody and I was on his computer and I think I was trying to check my email and like logging out of his, trying to check my email. He was at work and I saw, this is so long ago that I can't remember why I opened this folder, and there were folders of women's pictures, and the women...
This was your ex?
This was one of my exes, and the women in the folders, they were named, Katie had...
Oh my God!
Katie had a folder, because he was my boyfriend, but, other names...
Okay, so...
And when I opened all of them, there were girls that I went to school with, and he just had photos of them, in their bathing suits.
My God, that's disgusting.
He was filing...
Were they photos the girls sent to him, or were they,
Some were photos the girls had sent him, and some were photos that he just snagged off the internet.
That is so creepy.
I know.
So weird.
We broke up.
I also think you need to tell those girls, there's somebody stalking you. That's terrible.
I was very young. That was a long time ago. And I'm just saying, sure, their current partner has inspired them to delete them.
Has inspired them. Has
Because
told them they need to delete
I've
them.
been with guys where they're scrolling their phone for photos they want to show me of their past, and they'll scroll past a bikini pic of somebody they dated.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be like, and then they'll be delete.
Well, you're in but then then they probably go to their deleted folders and are save.
Clearly they're filing them on their laptops.
Yeah, I know. In these private folders.
Not private.
I guess.
Oh, that's such a weird thing to think of. I didn't know you could make private folders on your phone.
Okay, so that's another thing I thought about when I was dating the guy who looked at the girl in the bikini. After the fact, I was the most trusting person ever. I never once looked at his phone. Not once.
I heard, so that's the craziest thing is I didn't know you could do this, but then from my girlfriend, she found a private folder on her spouse's phone, and that blew my mind.
Or when you hear men saving women's name as mom.
Oh, that's so wild.
Because then if mom texts them or mom calls them, you're not suspicious.
I had heard on the radio way back when that the number one excuse men use
golf.
when they're cheating is golf. Because it takes all day.
Why do you think Adam doesn't golf?
Because you'd be like, you're cheating on me.
You were gone for 6 hours. And you smell like sweat. No,
you clearly were golfing.
You're sunburnt. You were cheating on me.
He just wants to go golf and this girl can actually hit a ball.
No, oh my God. He's like, no, I actually found a girl that can golf and doesn't get mad at me at the 13th hole.
I don't want blisters on my hands.
Oh, I know.
But I can go and ride along and
you wear a glove.
I get it, but I don't know. I'm just bad at it, so I'm excusing myself.
Yeah. So anyway, there's lots of weird things that people do. I don't think girls do as many of those conniving things, but I don't
know any girls that do stuff like that.
And we're so smart. I feel like we always catch it.
Oh my gosh. So I had a partner that always was reaching out to other women, and it happened and this speaks volumes about how little I must have loved myself at the time, because I stayed with him through it all. And he wouldn't really even try to hide it. And
it was in his email, right?
Yeah. And we shared a computer, and he wouldn't even delete things. It was so bizarre. And I'm first off, I'm dating an idiot.
Yeah. That's almost worse. You're at least have the decency to make a private folder.
Yeah. And then, but also,
he's stupid.
I also was are girls, I've never been inclined to.
Oh my God, I would love to have a male, speaking of guy friends, I would love to have a man on to tell me about what girls do. Because girls there probably are some sneaky girls.
But they're probably way better at hiding shit.
Oh yeah.
Just because girls are better at it. Because unless I've just dated guys that are shitty and stupid, and honestly, that's...
maybe that's it.
Valid.
Maybe
that's
it.
And,
yeah.
And I never left, so they could be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you're a man that has experienced some crazy stories by girls, I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so we've been talking for a while now. We're going to wrap up this study of...
It wasn't much of a debate. I feel like
you say that every episode.
I know.
Katie,
I think so
I'm gonna buy myself a shirt that says "Anywho" and Mother Willow, and I'm gonna buy you a shirt that says "It isn't much of a study."
I mean, because we had this idea, but
it isn't much.
We agree on everything, and also a lot.
We
of times,
don't agree.
I think
our mom, working mom and mom, we don't agree. We took separate paths, and I stand behind my path, and you stand behind yours.
I also think that in the last episode, I was listening back to it, there's a lot of times where I can say whatever I want to say, and you're like, yeah, I agree. I'm like, is it because you're my twin baby sister, and you just listen to whatever I say?
You're like, excusing my behavior, so I'm like, yeah, I guess that sounds good.
You're like, meanwhile, talking to your ex on, like, texting them.
But if you say it's totally normal to dream about them, I'll agree. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I guess we'll stop there.
Okay.
Working moms versus our study, what is that called? You have like a hypothesis, a solution. Is it solution or is it conclusion?
Oh my God.
Conclusion. Speaking of, I wrote a book, I promise. I'm better at writing and expressing myself than talking because I sound unintelligent sometimes when I talk.
Oh my God, stop saying that.
Okay, so anyway, but because I can't think of words fast.
I think it's because what I always say is our brain is moving so fast, it takes a while for our words to catch up.
Okay, so our conclusion of the study is stay-at-home mom, working mom, both of you are powerful, wonderful, wonderful people. Do whatever is making you happiest, and I would also suggest you try new things out, because if you are not happy while you're doing one thing or another, you might need a little piece. Like I needed a little piece of work again. Katie wasn't happy staying at home, so she knew she had to go back to work. I think that you need to just know
that your kids need a happy, healthy parent.
A happy, healthy mom or parent, and you will get that there any way that's right for you.
There's no right answer, and the kids...
And you're doing amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And if you really... Like, the best thing you can do is be a happy, healthy parent and love your child as much as possible, and they're going to receive that and be raised perfectly fine.
And love yourself.
And love yourself.
Because that's what they cling on to, too.
Exactly.
Second conclusion. Can you be friends with a boy? So I guess I'm going to just sum this up really quick. Situational. It's situational. I think we both agreed to a degree. To a degree. If you're married or with a partner, it can be to a degree.
Yeah, I could argue yes, I could argue no.
Okay. Mine is to a degree. Sallie thinks to a degree. Okay. And then, was that the last topic?
Kind of. We kind of just went off.
Okay, we just went off on a tangent. This might happen a lot. So anyway, thank you for joining us on this episode of Twin Study After Dark. Again, I'm Sallie. This is
Katie.
Please follow us on Instagram. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. If you've enjoyed our podcast today, please rate, review, and subscribe. We'll meet again next week for more Twin Studies. Bye.